Before I tell you about the 4 things that I never skimp on, let me remind you of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. In his hierarchy of needs, which is usually pictured as a pyramid or as a triangle, you see that the base is always the same, and it is those things that are our physiological or physical needs. This will include things like food, water, shelter, clothing, and sleep. And then as you move up the hierarchy, you'll hit other items like safety and security, love and belonging, self-esteem, and self-actualization at the very top. As I think about the 4 items that I never skimp on, it really clicked for me that they are all elements of that base foundational part of Maslow's hierarchy. And so here they are without any further ado. The number 1 thing that I never skimp on is footwear. For those of you who have aching feet, and for those of you who have aching joints, and for those of you who have bunions because you didn't learn this lesson early enough, having proper footwear is, to me, of the utmost importance. Having the right shoe for the job and having a good quality shoe can make all the difference in my comfort and in my physical well-being, how I feel the next day after strenuous activity. A goal that I have right now is to run a half marathon, and when I'm running 10 miles, I need to make sure that it is in a quality running shoe. I also extend this into things like clothing and accessories. I give the example of when I was young, I used to always buy these $5, $10 throwaway sunglasses from TJ Maxx, and I would lose them everywhere. I think when my husband and I were in our 3rd year of being together, he gifted me with a pair of Oakley sunglasses, which at that time were so incredibly expensive to me, and I valued them tremendously. Those sunglasses I had for 12 years. I finally donated them when I felt that I was never going to wear them again because my style had changed so much. But for the time that I had them, I made sure they were in their case. I made sure that the lenses were well taken care of. And I took proper care of them because I valued them so much. I'm also reminded as I consider footwear and clothing of the boot theory. If you're not familiar with the boot theory, it was created by Sam Vimes as an economic theory. And the theory is that people who are poor stay poor because they are unable to buy things that are longer lasting. I think there is some truth to this. I think when you don't have a lot of money, spending $150 on a pair of really great leather work boots might be out of reach. But I don't know that that's totally true today. And I do think there is some extra effort that you could put in to get that money in order to acquire the boots. I feel the same way about really high quality outerwear. When you buy quality things and you maintain them, they tend to last. If conversely you have to buy the lower quality item, there's a good chance that it's going to break down and fall apart. And that's exactly what happened to me when I had worked in a deli and when I was a cashier at Home Depot. I was regularly buying low quality shoes and I was on my feet on concrete floors all day long and my feet got ruined. So one of the things I absolutely no longer skimp on is high quality footwear. Thinking back on Maslow's hierarchy, another item is sleep. Physiological requirement, you have to have good sleep. So one of the things that I will not skimp on any longer is a good mattress. And this is something that I hold firm for my husband and I, but also for my kids. I remember when my son was young and he was still wetting the bed. So this is quite a while ago now. But I remember buying him a cheap mattress and thinking, whatever, we're going to have to get rid of it eventually anyway. So I think we bought him one for $100 from Big Lots. I recall one night he was having a hard time going to sleep and I was like, oh, bud, I'll snuggle you. I laid on that bed, worst night of sleep ever. First off, it was in winter and it was a spring mattress that felt positively hollow. I was so cold the whole night, I could not get warm. And on top of that, it was lumpy and it was just a terrible night's sleep. When you can afford a good mattress, that is absolutely one of the most important things to put some extra money into. You will spend a great majority, maybe not majority, but you will spend a great portion of your life asleep. It is better for you to sleep in comfort and to get proper rest than it is to save a few dollars. I am a firm believer in spending money in your home and car maintenance. If you can buy a higher quality car, then by all means do it. I'm working with some clients now who drive Hyundais and Kias, and I'm telling you, these cars do not last beyond 150,000 miles. And if you are the kind of person who's going to replace your car every few years, then okay, you'll probably get away with that. But then I look at the longevity of my husband's Toyota Tundra. That car has 250,000 miles on it and it's still running strong. Part of the reason it's still running strong is because we maintain it regularly, and we feel very strongly about doing that within our home too. All of our appliances, our roof, our AC units, we schedule the maintenance on these things, and if a warning flag is popping up, we take action on that. When you take action on it, your appliances and your home can stay in good repair for a very long time. This is one of the things that I require a sinking fund for in our house. We set aside $100 every month for home maintenance items, and we set aside $100 every month for car maintenance items. It is there so that when our appliances or when our roof or when our siding or anything with our home or with our vehicle comes up, we have the money at our disposal to take care of the situation properly and right away. Another really important thing to consider when buying a home is don't buy more than you can really afford. I've told this story to a lot of people, but being house poor makes it difficult to maintain the home. When my husband and I were approved for a home in our mid-20s, we were approved for $350,000. Even though we were approved for a $350,000 loan, we purchased a $250,000 house. The reason we did that is because that was our second home, and in our first home, we had made ourselves utterly house poor. We ended up feeling poor, living poor, and struggled to make repairs on that house when things came up, because prior to that, we had only ever been renters, and we didn't quite understand the expense of being a homeowner. Once we moved to Colorado, we were not going to make that mistake again. So we made sure that we bought a house that was well within our comfort zone to be able to easily keep it maintained while also having the benefits of home ownership. Last and most definitely not least, I no longer skimp on groceries. Now, I'm not saying I won't cut corners here and there. I am A-okay with buying non-name brand items. I am A-okay with buying off-brand items. What I am not okay with any longer is buying terrible processed garbage, okay? And I'm not saying this to judge anyone, because I love all of that stuff. And it was specifically designed to keep us addicted and keep us coming back for more. That being said, the vast majority of our groceries now are whole foods and are organic, non-GMO. I never thought in a million years that I would have to pay this close of attention to ingredients, but my goodness, my household is feeling better. We are looking better. We are feeling fuller longer. Ultimately, it's leading to a better quality of life for us. And frankly, everything that I've talked about in this video is all about improving your quality of life. When you spend more, when you buy better in these categories, you as an individual human being will feel better. You will look better. You will have more energy. And really, when I talk to my clients, I always remind them there are 3 core resources that you will have to figure out how to spend and how to spend wisely. The first one is your time, the second one is your money, and the third one is your energy. But so frequently we forget about energy as a resource that's important. I want you guys to remember that when you focus on the things that I'm calling out today and you spend wisely in these areas, you will increase your energy and you will have what it takes to live the life that you want.